Hello student, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to continue our previous chapter from history, chapter number 2, New Kings and Kingdoms. We have already discussed about how the kings and their kingdom emerged, and in medieval period main three kingdoms had emerged, that the Rajputas, Gurjar Parihara and Pals. We have already discussed in previous classes, and after these three kingdoms, new rulers came in India. We have already discussed about which one? Afghanistan ruler Ghazni, and next one is Muhammad Ghori. So all of you open your page number 29. Okay, 29. Muhammad Ghazni has attacked India in 17 times, but his aims only to get wealth from the temples. But Muhammad Ghori had also aimed to attack India and establish Muslim ruler in India. That's why he attacked India and captured the Chauhan rulers. That time Prithviraj Chauhan was a great leader, and Muhammad Ghori attacked India and defeated to Chauhan. In AD 1191, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori. First battle, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated the Muhammad Ghori 1191. But just after 1 year, 1192, Muhammad Ghori attacked India and defeated the Chauhan. But the Prithviraj Chauhan lost this battle, and Muhammad Ghori captured the Prithviraj Chauhan and lastly ultimately executed means मार डालना, और उनको बंदी बना के कैप्चर करके लास्टली वो उनको पृथ्वीराज चौहान को मार दिए. This defeat is regarded as a turning point. Second battle is a turning point regarded as a Indian history, because in this way the foundation of Turkish rule in India, established Turkish rule in India. In AD 1206, Muhammad Ghori was also murdered. वो भी 1206 में मारे गए Muhammad Ghori. His territory in northern India was left under control of his general, his subordinate Qutbuddin Aibak. You know that the Qutub Minar, I think most of the students visited Delhi to watch the Qutub Minar, and this Qutub Minar was named on the Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak was also a slave of the Muhammad Ghori. Next point is our administration in the kingdom. What was the administration? What was he managed to run these kingdoms? Here is some points about the administration. What was administration? The kings had supreme power. Obviously that the king has supreme power. They adopted great title. They adopted himself. अपने आप को ही वो अपना टाइटल देते थे. महाराजाधिराज, त्रिभुवन महाराजा, इस टाइप का टाइटल वो खुद को देते थे. त्रिभुवन मीन्स द लॉर्ड ऑफ द थ्री वर्ल्ड. तीन दुनिया के राजा, स्वर्ग लोग, पृथ्वी लोग, ये सब जो लोग हिंदू में, हम लोग हिंदू धर्म में पढ़े हुए हैं कैसे ये सब क्या है, तो ये इन तीनों के ये राजा कहलाते थे त्रिभुवन चक्रवर्ती और महाराजाधिराज. महाराजाधिराज मीन्स राजा के भी राजा, अपने आप को वो बोलने लगे. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज अवर दैट द किंग्स ऑल्सो शेयर्ड पावर. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल to run smoothly kingdom without sharing the power. That's why they share the power to Samanta as well as peasant traders and Brahmins. His post in army were filled by the people from influenced family and the close relative of the kings. The position were often hereditary. It means these position, Samanta, and these people to collect the tax. So the king, these type of post had given to the family member or Brahmins and the close relatives to collect the taxes. Our next point is revenue collection. How these kings collect the revenue from his kingdoms. Here is first point, the producer. Who was producer? Peasant, artisan, cattle keepers had to surrender some part of their produce as tax. Suppose as peasant produce crops, they had to must pay the king as a tax, like the artisan and also cattle keeper. Sometimes a part of the produce was claimed as rent because land was the property ऑफ ए लॉर्ड. क्या बोला जाता था, कभी कभी इस प्रोड्यूसर को जो भी वो प्रोड्यूस करते थे वो एज ए रेंट भी बोला जाता था कि ये, क्योंकि ऑल द एरिया, ऑल द टेरेन अंडर द किंग, दैट्स वाई किंग डिक्लेयर दैट यू मस्ट हैव पे द रेंट. रेवेन्यू वाज ऑल्सो कलेक्टेड फ्रॉम ट्रेडर. ट्रेडर से भी रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन होता था. देयर वाज एक्सपेंशन ऑफ ट्रेड अक्रॉस द सी एंड द फ्रंटियर्स ऑफ किंगडम. दिस रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन वाज ब्रॉड बेस्ड. इट मीन्स दिस किंगडम, दिस रूलर expansion not only in India, also the neighbor country like that the Myanmar, even went to China, Japan, and also collect the revenue as a tax. Generally, people from the influenced family and close relative of the king collected revenue for the king. These positions were often hereditary. और ये जो पीपल जो प्रोड्यूसर थे उनसे ये जो रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन होता था, उनके रिलेटिव जो थे या उनके जो क्लोज या सपोज डैट वो ब्राह्मण थे, तो वो हेरिडेटरी चलता था। उस ब्राह्मण के मरने के बाद उसका बेटा, फिर उसका बेटा, वो हेरिडेटरी। इट मीन्स कि दिस पावर हैड नॉट बी चेंज टू द अदर। ओके, and we will discuss about in next class uses of revenue. What was the uses of revenue? Okay, thank you.